Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so can we
We can
start?
start.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'm Dr. Anjum Qureshi, and I welcome you all for this wonderful event that is being organized by ABCD International Company. And we are really grateful to all the speakers who have joined with us for this wonderful event. And yes, we have already started with this series, and I think this is continuously the third time we are organizing the series. So, before starting with the event, I would like to talk in short about the ABCD International family. Is one of the best and world record holder training company who provides various training programs like Train the Trainer, Life Course Certification, Corporate Training, Business Coaching, Campus to Corporate, and many more. As you all know, ABCD International Family already conducted 30 plus virtual international summits, more than 250 free webinars on various topics, and 10 batches of the signature program known as Train the Trainer. ABCD International Family provides various training programs, one on one coaching, and also provides best solutions for training business. From January 2022, ABCD International Family has started a great platform like ABCD International Talks. On this platform, various successful people share their journey, experiences, skills, strategies, knowledge, ideas, life story, and success principles to inspire the world. Today, ABCD International Family associated with different trainers and educators from more than 25 countries, and the journey still continues. This milestone year 2025, we have planned 12 virtual international summits, and this summit, Mastering the Game, is a part of that. So, welcome once again for this amazing event. And now I think before starting the event, we can have a video which has the introduction of the founder, Mr. Akash Babel. Just give me a minute, I will play it.
Actually, you can share the sound.
It is not audible.
No, before sharing,
Oh,
on to your right side, it will show share the
yeah,
audio.
yeah. Just wait. Just a minute. I forgot to share that.
No problem. You can reach.
If not audible, then we can continue. We can continue. No problem.
Okay, I will just try. I'm not able to do the settings properly, I think. Okay, thank you very much, sir. And so I would like to welcome you all for this wonderful series, Mastering the Game, Mindset Strategies and Mastery for Unstoppable Success. And so let's start with the list of speakers that we have. Speakers that have been joining in from different parts of the globe. And so, without wasting time, I hope that we should start with it. And I just request all the speakers to please introduce themselves before we start. Before you start, and please maintain the time constraints because we have many speakers, and so every one of you should be getting sufficient time to express your views. So please maintain your time limits from 8 to 10 minutes. And so let's start. Yes, today's the theme is striving in transition, growth, adapt, and succeed. So, to call with the first speaker, um, yes, I would like to invite Ms. T. Lord Marin from India. Welcome to you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you. Namaste to everyone from India. Yes, as Miss Anjum Qureshi had introduced me, I'm from the most beautiful country, which I feel it is most beautiful country, and that is India. So my name is T. Lud Merin, as you all can see here, and I have been in this field of education, training, and I have been conducting several webinars past 20 years. So today we are going to talk about a very important topic, which you're already, I think you people are aware. So may I know what is the topic for today? Anybody? Let us keep it little interactive. Let us enjoy this session. May I know what is the topic for today? What is the theme? Anybody?
Yeah, thriving in transition.
Thriving in transition. Yes? Yes, Lika ma'am, you wanted to say something. Yes.
Yes, actually, I wanted to answer your question. And yes, it's about thriving in transition, and it's about growth and adaptation and success. That was a very attractive title, actually.
Absolutely. And that is what we are here for, to discuss about the concept, the theme that is thriving in transition. So when we
Yeah.
say transition, say every moment we have been developing something, adapting something. Yes, we have been in this process of transition from, not even I would not say from the time of birth. Even before we have taken birth, in the womb of the mother, we have been undergoing transition. Yes or no? Everyone agrees?
Yes,
From
sure,
the
sure.
zygote, we say after fertilization, from the zygote, the single cell, it divides and multiplies, and further it forms an embryo, embryo to the fetus, fetus to the baby. There is transition every stage. Am I right? Okay. Once the baby is out, further transition occurs. Till our death, we undergo transition. Do you all agree with me? What about after death? Even after that, we do have our own rituals, but ultimately we get mixed with the soil, right? The
Yeah.
minerals, the elements of our body get mixed with the soil. Again, there is transition. Our elements are recycled. Like this in our life, not only the life cycle, what I spoke about, every moment is a moment of transition. We all have faced difficulties. Yes, I don't think anybody in this world would say that, no, I had a perfect life. I don't think there would be anybody. Do you all agree with me? Yes. So everybody would have undergone some or the other issues or difficulties or obstacles, but somehow we all are here today. How are we here today? Because we have overcome those obstacles, we have overcome those problems, those issues. Am I right? Yes. And that is why I think Mr. Akash sir, he also was able to, set up all this, arrange all this, award so many, I mean, receive so many awards, world records, because he has been undergoing transition. He has been adapting to various situations. He has overcome all the obstacles what he had. Likewise, we also have overcome all our difficulties. So welcome to this session. I hope you will all enjoy the session. Let me share my screen further. Can you all see my screen? 1 second.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
It is.
That is okay. I was supposed to be sharing the PPT. 1 second. Okay, so let's continue talking about it. As I said, every moment we have been in the mode of transition. Now, when was the last time you actually felt that it is difficult and I cannot come over it? Was it yesterday, today morning, last year? Anybody like to just volunteer for this to tell when was the last time you actually felt that enough is enough? And why me? Why is it only me that I have to go through all this? Or why I had to face the situation? Anybody? Please volunteer and tell me, like, when was the last time you felt like that? You don't have to share what was the situation, but definitely you can tell when was the last time you felt, why me? Why should I face this? Anybody?
Yeah, it was nearly a year ago. I had a situation that I felt like this.
Year ago. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. So I'm sharing my screen now. Is it visible? I'll let me know if my presentation is
Yes,
visible.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Visible. Yeah, yeah.
My presentation is the slide changing? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So as it says, grow, adapt, and succeed. Now today, Anju ma'am said that last year she felt that why me? Why I should go through this? But today she is there in front of us, being an example as an MC. She is an MC today. She is hosting this along with Akash sir. That means she has overcome that issue. She has adapted to that issue. She has grown through that issue. And she has been successful in defeating that issue. Am I right, Anjuma? Yes? Okay. And yes, my dear friends, if at all we have to mold ourselves from being coal into diamond, we have to grow through what we go through. Do you all agree with me? We have to grow through what we go through. May it be anything, may it be any issue, may it be any problem, we have to grow through that situation. Only then we can convert or adapt and be successful from being a coal into a diamond. How many of us want this transition? How many of us want this transition? Everyone. Am I right? Yes. Now, let me tell you a story. Few years back, there was a girl who had been selected to participate in sports activity, athletics. Okay. So at a district level, she had been selected from her school and she had been transported to another, you can say another district to participate in that sports competition. She had participated in two competitions. That was, she participated in javelin throw. Is my slide changing? Everyone is okay. So she participated in javelin throw. She got second prize. She participated in discus throw. She got first prize. And there was one more competition into which she wanted to participate. She had already registered her name. Okay. But then, as soon as she went and stood on the track, so that was a running competition. Okay, running competition. As soon as she went and stood there, she wanted to, like, there was 5 more minutes to start. She wanted to use washroom. And that place was new place. It was a huge place and was a new place for her. She was not aware where was the washroom, how to go, whatever. So just before 5 minutes of the race, that is running race, she said, she called her sports teacher and said, "Sir, I want to use the washroom." And he was busy. He couldn't guide her where to go. He just said, "Okay, go, just look for it and finish it and come back." So she went to the washroom. This washroom was very old washroom. She didn't find any good one, so that was the only one what she found there, and she didn't have time to look for other one. So one old washroom, she went inside and she closed the door. She closed the door. I want everyone to listen to this carefully. And as soon as she entered the toilet, there was an announcement. Okay, we are going to start the running race in few minutes. As soon as she closed the door, for her surprise, she saw there was a huge honeycomb, millions of honeybees all over. What would have been her situation? Anybody? What would have happened? It was an old, and this is a true story. What do you think would have happened? Anybody? Raina ma'am, Alisa, Lika ma'am, anybody? What would have happened? She's inside the toilet and the door is closed. And inside the toilet, in front of her eyes, there was a huge honeycomb with millions of honeybees there. Definitely should have got scared. Do you think she would have used her? Yeah,
She should
she
run
couldn't.
away.
Definitely. She couldn't even use the washroom. She just
Sure.
opened the door and she ran. As she was running, the honeybees followed her.
Oh,
Okay, and she got stung all over her body, or her face, hands, everything. And I don't know if you have actually felt when honeybee stings, it really burns very, very bad. You can't tolerate it. And that too all over her face, her body, and she was wearing a short, you can say shorts. Okay, her thighs were exposed, so the honeybees had bitten her all over. Then you could see that her face was swollen, eyes were swollen, legs were swollen. Very, 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 very uncomfortable position. Do you think should have ran that race that day? Was it, if you were there in her place, what you would have done? Yes,
Go for
definitely.
medical attention.
Yes,
Go for medical attention.
yes, definitely. You will call for medical attention. She ran to the track. She called her sports teacher and she said, "Sir, I'm not able to bear." She was crying. But then the sports teacher said, "Okay, okay, come on, let me take you to the clinic." But she said, "No." The sound, she started listening to the sound coming from all over. The students like, "Yes, yes, India, India, India." Okay, then her name. They started calling out her name. Okay. Then she listened to the sound and she said, "No, I'm not going to the medical treatment now. I want to finish this race because my school is, I'm representing my school." That was the thought going on in her mind. She ran the race, and that was none other than who's sitting in front of you. That is this girl, Merin. Yes, it was me who ran that day, who took the challenge, and she stood third that day. It doesn't matter whether she has got first or second, though she got third prize. Still, she did not let herself down. She did not let her school down. And this is what I call it as the power of resilience. If we have the power of resilience, we can thrive in any situation. Do you all agree with me? Yes? Yes. Yes, power of resilience that would help us to be undergoing this transition, to grow in whatever situation we are, and definitely adapt and be successful. And that's it from my side. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ma'am. And as you started with the power of resilience, yes, that is very, very important. Like, because when every one of us, we get into difficult situations, and you started with, when did you feel that you were in a situation? Why me? Yes, we all get into that situation, but at that time, how our power of resilience works, it is how we, come out of that and we still stand strong as if that situation has not affected us. So that was really a very hard thing, especially because you are the person whom you represented in the story. It is very inspiring, very motivating for all of us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Akash sir, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, everyone, for your patience listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marina. And now I would like to invite, yes, one of my dear friends from Greece, Dr. Rania Lampo. Please, ma'am, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Dr. Najum. I'm very happy to see here eminent speakers and good friends. I'm very happy to see also Dr. Akash. Thank you very much for the invitation. All these sessions are truly resourceful and very enriching and very valuable. My topic today will focus on adaptability, the superpower of the future, because we need, I think, to forget about just mastering one skill or sticking to a single career path. The future belongs to those who can pivot, who can evolve, and can learn on the fly. So whether it's adjusting to AI, reshaping the workforce, or remote worker transforming company culture, or industries being disrupted overnight, those who thrive will be the ones who embrace change instead of resisting it. Adaptability isn't about having all the answers. It's about staying curious, resilient, as previous speaker mentioned, open to growth. It means turning uncertainty into opportunity. And in the future that promises nothing but more surprises, this mindset is your ultimate edge. So allow me to share now my presentation. Dr. Ajuma, I don't know if it's visible.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Can you see also
Yes,
the
yes,
change of
visible,
slide?
visible.
Yes, yes.
Can you see the
And
change of
the
slide?
slides are also changing.
Okay, thank you. So this term of flexibility and adaptability is based on the psychology of adaptability, what we call cognitive flexibility, is the theoretical foundation behind. This theory was developed by Spiro in order to develop how to explain how learners deal with complex and ill-structured domains like medicine or law or real-world problem solving. So it emphasizes on the ability to restructure knowledge in multiple ways, how to avoid oversimplified mental models, and how to use context-sensitive approaches. What is the practical impact in real situations? Cognitive flexibility actually helps individuals to reinterpret problems and apply solutions from one domain to another. This is what we call transfer of learning. So in a crisis, this allows quick pivots when a familiar approach fails. On the other hand, decision-making and uncertainty, because in high-stakes or fast-moving environments, flexible thinkers are those who can evaluate multiple outcomes. They can weigh changing variables and revise decisions as new data emerges. In cultural or socially diverse settings, cognitive flexibility enables people to shift perspectives, to empathize with others and communicate more effectively across differences. And of course, those with high cognitive flexibility are more open to learning from failure, unlearning outdated methods, and recombining, we could say, ideas in creative ways, what we call the foundation of innovation. So how past learning also here is important because past learning provides a knowledge base. We draw on past experiences to make informed decisions quickly in new situations. Experience helps us recognize familiar patterns, allowing for faster and often more accurate responses in complex scenarios. Skills learned in one area, for example, problem solving in maths, can be adapted to different domains. And cognitive efficiency, because familiarity with certain tasks reduces cognitive load, liberating mental resources for novel aspects of a challenge. And emotional regulation, because having faced challenges before can build resilience and confidence, which supports flexible and adaptable thinking. So stress, of course, affects our ability to think flexibly. Very important. When we're stressed, our brain tends to default to habitual or overlength responses rather than exploring new creative solutions. This is because stress, we know that stress always activates amygdala, the region in the brain, which is the center of emotions, this brain's fear center, and reduces activity in what we call prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for higher order thinking, like planning, reasoning, and flexibility. Stress can limit our working memory capacity, the system that temporarily holds and manipulates information. So when the system is overloaded by stress, it becomes harder to juggle ideas or switch between tasks or strategies. Under stress, people are also more likely to react emotionally rather than rationally. So this can lead to what we call rigid thinking, black and white judgments, and difficulty seeing alternative perspectives. Increased risk aversion because stress can make people either overly cautious, avoiding risk at all costs, or impulsive. This means making rash decisions without fully thinking things through, depending on their personality and the context. So both extremes reduce adaptive decision making. Reduce creativity because chronic or acute stress stifles creativity because it narrows attention and inhibits the kind of relaxed associative thinking that fuels innovation. If we talk about ability in the workplace, how to adapt today to VUCA world, the VUCA world, the acronym stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. And here I want to, the core capabilities tied to adaptability related with emotional intelligence, learning agility, decision-making under pressure, resilience, and composure. So why this matters? Because volatile situations, for example, market disruptions, require leaders who can pivot quickly and recalibrate strategies. For example, a supply chain issue may require immediate alternative sourcing in case rigid plans don't work there. If we talk about uncertainty, when the future is unclear, adaptable leaders stay open-minded, rely on scenario planning, and are comfortable making decisions with incomplete data. For example, during a product launch delay, adaptable leaders adjust timelines without losing momentum or morale. Complexity. Complex problems have no clear-cut solutions, so leaders must shift perspectives that can engage what we call cross-functional thinking and stay flexible decision-making. So navigating a multinational merger requires adapting to different legal, cultural, and operational systems. Ambiguity, this demands that leaders be comfortable with gray areas, so be able to experiment, to learn, and iterate. For example, entering a new market with no precedent, this requires creative strategies and agile execution. So this ability is tied to adaptability, and here we can share a scenario, a workplace scenario. For example, a marketing director who navigates a product launch during a global crisis. What is the context? The global company was preparing to launch a new product, a revolutionary smart device, but just weeks before the product was scheduled to hit the market, a global crisis, let's say the pandemic, severely disrupted supply chains and consumer behavior. So what are the challenges here? The challenge is that supply chain delays, of course, factory shutdowns. The certainty is that no one could predict how long the crisis would last. What is the complexity here in this scenario? That the marketing strategy was heavily tied to in-person events, influencer partnerships, etc. And what is the ambiguity? That the company was unsure whether to delay the launch, to pivot the messages, or move forward with a new strategy. So what is the adaptation here? The marketing director who was responsible for the launch demonstrated remarkable adaptability in these ways through a pivotal strategy. What is the pivotal strategy? Instead of resisting the change, they spearheaded a virtual product launch using innovative digital platforms. So they brought together global influencers, customers for a live stream, interactive event, incorporate augmented reality for product demos, etc., which of course enhanced user engagement despite the physical distancing. They also try to work closely with the creative team to adjust the messaging. Instead of focusing purely on the product's high-end features, they try to reframe the campaign to highlight how the product could help adjust it to the new normal, remote work, virtual collaboration, etc. Supply chain solutions, because this way they can work with operation teams to adjust the production timelines, source alternative supplies, communicate transparently with customers, offer realistic delivery. So what's the outcome of these strategies is that successfully the product was launched despite initial disruptions. They managed to gain positive attention for its capacity, ability to adapt to the crisis, and in this way they can ready to create a stronger bond with customers. So adaptability and learning are closely related. Real-life experience fosters deeper adaptability compared to theoretical learning, because in real-life experience we often face unpredictable challenges that require us to adapt quickly, assess the situation, find creative solutions. Real-life experience also trigger emotions like stress, etc. So it's about emotional engagement, contextual learning. Real-life experience provides a context where you can see how theory applies in practice. The feedback loop, because here in real situations you can receive immediate feedback based on your actions, which helps you recognize what works and doesn't work. Of course, this helps you build resilience. In the diverse perspective, we interact with different people. This diversity helps us to adapt our approach to communication, etc. And the transferable skills, because real life experience gives us the opportunity to develop transferable skills like critical thinking, decision making, interpersonal communication, etc. So this is related learning agility, as we say, is related to Kolb's learning cycle. It's a very popular theory, which has to do with concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, etc. And why reflection is a critical part of building adaptive capacity, because this helps to improve decision making, to encourage continuous improvement. Adaptability is a skill set. So we can, individuals can actively cultivate adaptability as part of a lifelong learning. So take calculated risk, reflect, iterate, build diverse networks, develop self-awareness, stay technologically savvy. Digital literacy play a very important role in building adaptability, because it enables agile responses to change. It fosters resilience in the face of digital disruptions, and of course for personal development and resilience. What is the difference? You need to know the difference between adaptability and resilience. Ability to adjust to new conditions, to learn new skills. It's about being flexible in response to external change. On the other hand, resilience is the capacity to recover and persevere in the face of difficulties. So here, there is no talk about resilience. The core focus is endurance through hardship or discomfort and how to overcome stress. So difference between adaptability and resilience. So the difference lies on the focus of change and the nature of response. They are interrelated because resilience enables adaptability, adaptability enhances resilience, and together they foster growth. Some psychological characteristics that make people more adaptable in crisis. Of course, this cognitive flexibility I mentioned before, optimism, growth mindset, openness to experience, social support, the acceptance of uncertainty. If we talk about cultural global dimensions, cultural intelligence enhance adaptability in globalized environments, because this includes improved understanding of diverse norms. This entails greater flexibility, open-mindedness, the reduction of cultural shock, as we say, miscommunication, and strong interpersonal relationships. Cultural factors influence how people respond to change. We know about this because this is related with power distance, communication style, the attitude towards tradition and innovation. So high adaptability sometimes can conflict with cultural values or transitions because of the perceived lack of identity. If this happens, generational tension, the risk of cultural erosion, moral ethical dilemmas. That's why we need what we call adaptive leadership. The risk of failing to lead adaptively in times of transformation, of course, that could be the loss of trust, credibility, missed opportunities, organizational decline, resistance to change grows. Technological disruption in the face of AI, adaptability is more important than specialization because this shows the rise of cross-disciplinary roles. AI is a tool, not a replacement, of course, the risk of being left behind, and future, of course, readiness of what we call systems thinking, because adaptability is essential for navigating interconnected challenges and global problems today, like climate change, because of complex interconnections, because of global collaboration, consensus building, and long-term sustainability. Thank you very much for your attention. I can speak for hours, but I know I have to stick to the time. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anya. It was a very wonderful presentation. And the way you presented about adaptability, yes, adaptability is very, very important. And especially when we talk about the globalization, and if we want to emerge as global leaders or we want to work at the global level, this adaptability is very, very important. And besides that, you even talked about how problem solving, resilience, emotional regulation, you talked about very important topics, which is required if you want to adapt to a particular situation. Not just a situation, in fact, like you were talking about being at the global level, adapting to that, adjusting to that. It is a very, very important thing that everyone must follow as we get very remarkable presentation. Thank you very much for joining with us and sharing your insights. So now let's move on to our next esteemed speaker. She is Paula Ma'am. Paula Ma'am, are you there from Portugal? Paula Ma'am from Portugal. She's a
Yes.
corporate and personal well-being and happiness expert. She's a TEDx speaker, international motivational speaker. So Paula Ma'am, now we would like to listen to you.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon from Portugal. I am in Alcobaça, where I live, a beautiful city in the center of Portugal, and I invite everyone to visit my city. Today it's a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I am today to speak about change management in the organizations. Let me start why this is a passion for me to work in change management in the organizations. I am a passionate about management. I have a degree in the business management. And when I start to work in change management as a consultant in the organizations, I feel so proud to see the results in the companies. But why companies can have a result? Because it's not only to use change manager in the way that we want, but we need to use the right strategies to have effective results to succeed on the change management. Because change management, when we put this in place in the right way, this is an advantage. It's a competitive advantage to the organizations. But why? Because organizations with change management that put in place change management process, transformational process, they can anticipate risks. They can, and we know, as was shared before, that we live in the world with a lot of things that are happen each time, every time. So change managers help organizations to anticipate the risks. But to have results, we don't need to only to change procedures, to put new technology in place. No, we need to go further. We need to put people in the center of transformation. And one of the biggest challenges of this is that people usually are resistant to change. Sometimes they have fear, they have worries. What's happened in my future? What's happened? How I can deal with new procedures, with new ways to work? And is in this point that we as consultants, leaders, can support people to understand that this is a win-win scenario. It's not only the company, the organization that can win, but also all the people, all the employees, all the team of the organization can win. And they need to understand this, that the both can grow, can win with this. They grow together, and this is a very beautiful journey when we see that company grow and their team, their employees grow too. So, and when we achieve that people are involving in the change management, they feel proud for being a part of something bigger than themselves. They develop new hard skills, but also human skills. This is also a journey where they improve in the not only in professional life, but also in personal life. And they develop resilience. They develop new ways to how we can adapt in the new ways of work, how I can deal with the fears, how I can step out of our comfort zone. And this is a journey very beautiful. And we need to put the people in the center and show them that they can also win with this. So, but for this, we must engage and support the leaders, because the leaders are the keys in the change management process. And in this, there are a key point that we can support leaders, show them and to cultivate how they can cultivate safety, psychological safety. How can they do this? How can they do this? Close their teams, a safe where the team feels safe to share their worries, their fears, ask questions, share doubts, all this. This is very important. Psychological safety is a very, very important key to succeed in change management. I usually say that psychological safety is a game changer in this process, because this can reduce the resistance that the people can have. This can show the people that they don't need to, even when they mistake, they need to show, because we are here to support them. But how can we foster psychological safety? Communication is very, very, very important. The clear communication to the team. Another is to cultivate respect for the team, for the people, compassion for what the others can feel with their fears, their doubts, and help them to put all these fears outside and show them that this is not, this is a beautiful journey that they can also flourish in this process. Active listening is also important. We be there not only to hurt, but listening them, are there for the people, and also to support people to trust in the process and cultivate optimistic and resilience culture. And I always say that change happens with people, and people only change when they feel safe. Because if they don't feel safe, they don't involve in the process, and they not be a part of this, and the change management process cannot be succeed if we don't show the people that they are the center of the transformations, and that when show them to feel safe in all this process. And when change management is done well, we have more engagement, less turnover, we achieve more productivity too. More innovation. We also have we can increase and have excellence service to the customers, and ultimately we can have greater profitability. And so for only to finish, in the end, very uncertainly, and in the world that we don't know what's happened, it's very, very important where the technology is updating in the faster pace. Is very, very important that the companies put in place the right change management process to stay competitive in this world, very, 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 very competitive with other companies. For example, a company that today can has a great EBITDA. This it doesn't mean that from 2 years from now this EBITDA keep. So change management is not an option. Change management is a strategic, very, very important to achieve more results, more profitability. So to have this, we need to not only to change technology, we need to put people on the center of the transformation. We need to act with vision, with purpose, and with heart, because when we put our heart and put this with the people, we can have more results, and we can put the people more engagement and work for the same goal. Thank you so much, and I am here if someone has any doubts, any questions, please. I put also my LinkedIn profile if someone want to connect. And if not, thank you so much.
I think Dr. Anjum is disconnected.
Maybe, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe the internet, yeah.
So let's see the program, please, next.
Oh, someone that is here that can go ahead because
Betty, Dr. Betty, yes, Dr. Betty.
Hello.
Yes. Are you looking for
Yes,
me?
okay. Yes, I think Dr. Anjum is
we have here someone from organization. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is some network issue, I think, at
Yeah,
Anjum ma'am's
the
end.
weather was not
So,
proper
yeah.
today.
Yeah, no worries.
So can I invite our next speaker? So let me invite our next speaker, Dr. Patricia Bunde ma'am from Zimbabwe, another great educator. And Paula ma'am, yes, I would like to speak about you. Like you were talking about change management. Yes, it is very, very essential because, and especially like I can see Akash sir just nodding his head. Yes, of course. In an organization, when we want to make some changes, it is not the administrator or the leader who has to take the decision. Everyone has to be involved because many are reluctant to adapt to new things, to accept new things. If they are not able to accept it, we cannot do the changes. And that changes, however fruitful we may be thinking of we may not get the results. So that was a very interesting topic that you raised. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, Patricia, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Someone had called Dr.
Oh,
Betty, so I thought she was next. All right. Thank you so much. I would like to say good morning.
Too, so.
It's okay, Dr. Betty, you can speak, then I'll do it later after you.
No problem. I'm listening to you, my love.
All right, it's okay. Thank you so much. I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I think it's absolute a privilege to be connecting with you from all across the globe. And my name is Dr. Patricia Gonde. I am from Zimbabwe. I hope it's clear.
Yeah. You are audible now. Perfect, fine.
All right, it's okay. So my topic that I'm going to share with you today is on level up or elevate. And we all know that I believe it's not just a relevant topic, but essential in our ever-evolving world. I would like to start by saying that this topic deeply resonates with me, and I hope that it also resonates with you. I would like to do a slideshow. Sorry, something is not. Just want to do a slideshow so that at least it's clear. Slideshow. All right, thank you. So I want to start with a thought that has deeply resonated with me, and I hope it also resonates with you. There is a difference between climbing and also soaring lines. It deeply depends not in the effort that we do, but with the attitude of vision that we have. And the difference between climbing and soaring, like I said, depends with their vision. Just like the delicate, you can see there on my photo. There, some people, speakers already have talked about resilience. If you look at that resilient flower that is reaching towards, you can see that there's a bit of light. Our potential for growth and elevation is immense when we lift our gaze. Where are we looking at in this life that we live in? And with this image, it serves as a reminder of the beauty and strength that can emerge as we strive for something higher. So when you are looking at the transition in our lives, in our careers, we should consider not just how hard we work, but where we are truly looking and what we aspire to begin. That is the visual image that you are being shown there of the flower that is looking up in the sun. If it is once in the shade, was it going to bloom like it is doing right now? And then think about it for a moment. I know that this image has been overused here. What is the one constant in our life? It's change. So we know that in this life that we are living, there are technological leaps, there are economic shifts, there are personal transformations that are taking place in our lives. Transitions, I can say, are not an occasional detour. They are the very road that we are traveling on, or our ability not to just weather the storms, but to truly thrive within them. This is what distinguishes those who merely survive from those who truly succeed. Let's think about the natural world for a moment. One of the most profound examples of transition that we have already read about or have seen is the metamorphosis of a butterfly, because when it is starting just from the caterpillar, and it undergoes significant transformation within its chrysalis. You can see those stages that are there, and emerging then as a creature of incredible beauty at the end, and then the ability to soar because it has got the wings, just like the butterfly's journey. Our lives, our careers are marked by stages of change. I know some speakers have already talked about change, and change is imminent, growth, and also the potential for remarkable transformation. Just like the other speaker just who said that we should put people at the center of the transformation. So this visual reminds us that transition isn't at the end point, but it is a crucial purpose, that process that takes place, that also unlocks our new possibilities that are there, and it also allows us to take flight in new ways when we soar. So we need to take a moment to reflect on that significant transformation that we have personally experienced or witnessed on a global scale. What is it that you have witnessed, and how did you navigate that transformation? And from that transformation, what is it that you have learned? This is a question that I'm leaving to you. Then moving on, we are all familiar with the term level up. I know that some of us who are in talk about leveling up when we talk about in Toastmasters. Maybe some of you know about Toastmasters. We always talk about leveling up. So it often implies that linear progression. You can check a step-by-step climb, acquiring new skills or hitting specific milestones, like ascending a ladder. But today I want to introduce another concept to you, one that I believe holds even greater power in times of transition, which is elevate. Elevation comprises that broader concepts that we are to ascend, and it's about expanding our perspectives, deepening our understanding of certain things, and then crucially lifting others as we rise. So if you look at this visual here, which of these resonates more deeply with you in this era of constant change? Is it a straightforward climb, or a more expansive upward flow that creates a ripple effect? So if you look at the image, on one side, we have that straight upward arrow representing the level up. On the other, a more expansive multi-directional flow. So elevate is more about climbing higher. It's about expanding our perspectives in the communities that we are, then deepening the understanding and lifting others as we rise. It's not just about individual achievement, but about creating that ripple effect at the end, which resonates more deeply with you, especially in this era of transition. So level up, ladies and gentlemen. Then true elevation then begins with how we, our vision, putting on that mirror, those glasses. Transition can often can feel overwhelming sometimes. Sometimes it blinds us with immediate challenges. We are in this world where there are challenges, we have obstacles right in front of us day and night. But elevation, my dear friends, requires us to take a step back. You gain your altitude, and then you see the bigger picture. Instead of just trying to conquer the current level, we need to consider how the entire landscape is shifting and adapting our approaches. And to truly elevate, we must be willing to change our view, how we view things, just as a change of glasses can bring a blurry world into a sharp focus. A shift in perspectives can also reveal opportunities we never knew existed. And it's also about looking at familiar situations with fresh eyes. Think about the example that was given about resilience with our first speaker. And then when we do this, we unlock our potential to navigate transitions with greater clarity, with creativity, and then we soar. Then my slide there, which shows that adaptability, just like Rania talked about, Truly, it is our superpower in times of transition. If you look at the chameleon in this image, it's remarkable adaptability to change. You know that it changes color to blend with its environment. This is a powerful tool that we can use for what we need to do in a constantly shifting world. We need to embrace fluidity over fixity, like the chameleon. Like what the chameleon does. And notice the person who is looking up there, perhaps he's observing the chameleon. And this representing the learning agility that we need to do, the ability to observe, the ability to understand and quickly apply new ways of being. And just as the chameleon might face challenges in finding the right camouflage, we too will encounter setbacks. And I know the first speaker talked about resilience. And I wanted to say that resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It is about us growing stronger in the process, us going into that athletic field and running even if the bees were following us. Then, I'm just rushing. Then now, what is it that we need to do? We need to grow with purpose. As we are growing, we lift others, just like the former speaker. We need to include everyone. True elevation isn't just a solitary journey. It's about growing together. She mentioned about growing together. If we look at the image as well of the hands reaching out to connect, it illustrates the power of elevating beyond yourselves and bringing others along. So when we focus solely on our own ascent, we miss the incredible opportunity to support and uplift those around us. And the growing together of those plants reaching for the light also remind us that collective growth is often more sustainable and impactful. And I would like to say, consider how your progress can contribute to something larger than your own individual achievement. Bring some people along, leave a legacy of positive influence and shared success. I think this is my last slide. So how do we actively choose to elevate? It starts with a cultivating growth mindset, believing in our capacity to learn, to evolve. It means actively seeking diverse perspectives, just like we are here to learn and relearn. So we need to also look at and also consider different viewpoints, as this also broadens our own understanding. So don't be afraid to embrace experimentations. Not every attempt, I know, will be a success, but every experience offers a valuable lesson. Not every attempt will be success. And finally, practice regular self-reflection. Take the time to assess your progress, understand your strengths and weakness, and adjust your course as needed. So my friends, my dear friends, fellow global citizens, transition is not a matter of it, but when and how often. And today I urge you to embrace that choice, the choice to elevate your vision beyond the immediate, elevate your adaptability to meet any challenge, and most importantly, elevate your impact by lifting others as you rise. The altitude of your vision will determine the height of your success, and choose to elevate. So as I conclude, I want to leave you with this thought beautifully captured in this artwork. Let your dreams be your wings. Remember the journey we have explored today, the shift from simply leveling up, but also elevating. Thank you so much for your time and engagement. And I have truly enjoyed sharing this thought with you. Now, if there's any questions, discussions, over to you, the moderator, Anjum, Dr. Anjum. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patricia, ma'am. I really admire the way you presented, and you talked about transition. Yes, we have to accept it. We have to accept the transition. And as you talked about, you had a slide, one small positive thought in the morning can change you the whole day. Yes, everything starts with our mindset. If in the morning, if you get up, when we wake up, we have a positive thought, and I feel that this is the work that I have to do, and I will do it today. I will be able to complete it. It doesn't matter whatever hurdles I may be facing, any problems I may be facing. I will surely do it. But in the morning, if you get up, that no, this is very challenging, this is very difficult, I don't know whether I will be able to do it. So in that case, we really have something in our mind going on, something negative thoughts that we are getting. Because of that, I think we are not able to give our full potential to it, give our full dedication to it, and maybe because of that we fail. Yes, of course, that was a very very good thought that came from you, and I really like the way one after the other. It was so beautiful slides, and all was full of learning. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Thank you. So now let's move on to, yes, Dr. Betty Ma'am is with us. So now we would like to listen to Dr. Betty Ma'am from USA. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. What a phenomenal presentation that was Dr. Gandhi. And I just want to say what a pleasure it is being here. Let me definitely get my notes together. I had to just change some things because I want you to know that as a leader, being on this platform for the past 3 months now, most of you know that I am retired from the United States Army, and leadership is such an important factor in my life, because especially as a female. And I noticed that, if I could be wrong, but all I see are women um, on the platform as I speak. So I come to you from a leadership perspective with my topic today: how global leaders grow, adapt, and succeed in every season, not one day or today, but every season. And as you look at that word, grow, adapt, and succeed, I had to come up with the acronym Leaders Promote GAS, GAS. Grow, adapt, and succeed. If you own an automobile or a vehicle, you have to have gas in that vehicle in order to get to your destination. So, in a world that changes by the hour, one thing remains true: those who thrive in transition are the ones who lead the future. That's a matter of fact. So I just again want to say welcome to this global gathering of dreamers, doers, and difference makers. That's what we are. You've shown up because you're not content with survival. You're here to grow, adapt, and succeed. That's right. Promote gas, not just for yourself, but for the communities and the cultures you represent. This is a well diverse platform. So, whether you're navigating career shifts, personal challenges, health changes, or spiritual awakenings, transition is not a setback, it's a set up for transformation. Honestly. So, this is why my main message to you today is why thriving in transition matters. That's right. And I'm going to tell you 5 personal things that you will need to know in order to successfully thrive in transition. So, transition, the first one is personal growth. So, transition challenges our identity. It really does. And the actionable tip to take away with that is to embrace daily reflections. Ask yourself, what is the season revealing about me? What is this particular season revealing about me? And then growth begins with self awareness. And we all know that. And one of my favorite authors is C.S. Lewis. He was an amazing minister. So, and one of his quotes was, "You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending." Isn't that amazing? You have to really soak in on that. And then professional growth, industries are shifting all over the world, and leadership begins to redefine itself every single day. Even here in the United States, we have a new leadership administration, so things are changing. So, one of the things I have to remind myself and others is stay curious, invest in lifelong learnings like today's summit, adapt your skills to meet evolving demands. So, we have to do that. I love the fact that Dr. Gomes showed the little, I call them lizards, the camellia that does he adapts into his environments. What an excellent illustration. That's what we have to do as well. As leaders, we have to adapt to our environments, but in a skillful, a leadership way. We don't have to adapt to those things that are not righteous, but adapt to things and make them right. And then another quote that comes from a well-known young lady, Satya Nadella. She's the CEO of Microsoft, and she transformed a tech giant through cultural reinvention. And his secret was empathy makes you better in it as an innovator. So I love his quote on that. Empathy makes you better as an innovator. So we have to be innovators as leaders. It's important that we remain in that aspect. And the third one is social growth. You see, transitions reveals how we connect with others. If you look around on our platform here today, yes, I love the fact that we call ourselves family, and we are now. So this is transitions. We are global leaders, and we have connect with one another. And it's relevant. This is a transition, a phenomenal transition. And a tip to take away from this phenomenal revealing of our connection together is that build bridges, not walls. Engage across cultures, globes, and generations to influence with inclusion. This is a phenomenal opportunity of influencing with inclusion just on this particular platform and what we're doing in the world together. So if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's an African proverb that I've always adapted to. You can't go fast you can go fast by yourself, but wouldn't it be so much easier to tether together with others and move at the same pace with the same mindset and the same goals in order to reach the same success level? So let me go on to my fourth topic, which is health. Remember, I said this is all about gas. So health, your health is your foundation, physical, mental, and emotional. I love the presentations from this morning. Thus far, I've been taking copious note, and that is basically the takeaway from what I have heard all morning. Your health, physical, mental, and emotional. So you have to dig deep inside of yourself as leaders and take and be accountable for those things right there. Physical, mental, and emotional. That's your foundation. And a tip for you in order to move forward is create small routines that protects your peace. We all want to be at peace. That's movement, mindfulness, and rest, not luxuries. They're leadership tools. Those are amazing leadership tools. And then I want to leave you an inspirational thought on health as a growth area for leaders. Michelle Obama, everyone has heard of her by now. She taught us that wellness is power. She said we need to do a better job of putting ourselves higher on our own to-do list, not put someone else higher on your to-do list, but put you higher on your to-do list. Yes, that is like that's phenomenal for someone to even think of that, to say of that, because all to all, we put others on our top priority of our health, of our to-do list. But if you want to remain physically, mentally, and emotionally sound, if you want that to be like the root of your foundation, then start putting yourself at the top of your to-do list. Okay, I'm going to move on to my fifth point. Spiritual growth, another phenomenal peace of mind. I don't know where everyone is with their spiritual growth, but whatever your beliefs are, they're your beliefs. So transitions invite us to reconnect with purpose. Honestly, that's a key thing to spiritual growth. And one of the things I like to for you to take away with that is start every day with intention. Be intentional. That's why I love the company that I am the CEO and founder of, A Life Change Now. Live intentionally for eternity. That's what my acronym for life is. Live intentionally for eternity, whether through prayer, meditation, or gratitude. Align yourself with a higher calling so that you could be at peace and you could reconnect with your purpose. So I have a favorite scripture of mine that just reflects best for spiritual growth. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's in Romans 12:2. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So again, thriving leaders learn to promote gas. This is the best way I could explain this phenomenal topic on today. Thriving leaders learn to promote gas. What is gas? GAS is grow with resilience. You heard that talked about today. Adapt with wisdom. You saw the Camilla that was on the limb of a branch today. And then succeed with significance. You have to be tethered together and with those that have the same mindset, those that are with the same successful goals, and those that have a significant reason to want to promote change and be successful at it. So grow with resilience, adapt with wisdom, and succeed with significance. And you could have an affirmation even with that. I would like to leave with you an affirmation that reads, I don't just go through transitions, I grow through them. I don't just go through transitions, I grow through them. Tell yourself that daily. I don't just go through transitions, I grow through them. So I have a takeaway for you too today. Just write down one area of your life that's in transition. One area of your life in transition. One lesson is teaching you. What is that transition teaching you? And then one action you will take to grow, adapt, or succeed in that area. Because remember, thriving is not accidental, it's intentional. So, in closing, I just want you to tell you that one of my favorite mentors, I never met the man, and I just love reading all of his quotes and his life story. But he's from Africa, Nelson Mandela, and I have to say, from Nelson Mandela to Dr. Speaks, from the classroom to the boardrooms, from the villages to the virtual stages like this one, leaders who thrive in transition are those who change the world. So let this summit not be a moment, but a movement. Now is the time for your life change. Now is that time for you to thrive because thriving leaders learn to promote gas. And I yield the mic back over to our host.
Thank you. That was really an incredible presentation. And I just love the way you were speaking. In fact, there were so many takeaways. In fact, every statement that you spoke, it was like I was just noting down. I noted a lot of points when you were speaking. And yes, the way you started with that being a leader, you need to uh, grow, adapt, and succeed. So these three things, yes, we need to understand. And as you said, about the intention, yes, our intentions really matters a lot. It is not about what work we are doing, what you are going to do, but what intention that you are doing. It really matters. It really matters. And the best thing that I liked was, yes, like you said, I just don't go through the transitions. I grow through the transitions. That was really, really very much. I liked it very much because when we talk about transition, we think that something is changing and we think that we have to adapt to that change. But yes, now I understood it is not just changing and adapting to it, but we need to grow ourselves with it. We need to upgrade and upskill ourselves. That is very, very important. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. It's now time to move to our another speaker. Yes, Lika ma'am. Lika Mahfouz ma'am from Lebanon. Ma'am, are you there? Yeah, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sorry. I'm here, but I thought I'm the last one to speak today. That's why I'm waiting. Okay. Is my voice clear now?
Yes, that's clear. Please go on.
It's good. Okay, very good. So I need to be sharing screen. Can I share screen now?
Please share it. You can share the screen.
Good. Okay. I don't know if it's clear.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, thank you so much. And of course, I would like first to thank you all, actually. Thanks a lot for the ABCD International Family for giving me this opportunity actually to be listening and sharing also my ideas with experienced speakers and experienced fellows on such a very exciting and interesting topic that is grow, adapt, and succeed. I hope my presentation or my participation now would be or would add something more to what the other fellows have already presented, because it was really so interesting to listen to each one of the ladies discussing the topic in a completely different perspective. Hope my perspective would be just adding something over here. Okay. Are you? Am I still visible to you?
Yes, yes.
Very
Slides are
good.
changing.
Okay, I was just okay, sorry, because we lost the power here. So I'm just trying to, but it's over again, it's here again. Okay. Actually talking about why this topic is important, or why while trying to find something to speak about here, because it's mainly what I found is that the link that is between the two stages here in order to reach actually success that is usually earned. So we need to grow the need to grow also puts us in a stage which is adaptation. Adaptation actually is the key to survive. To survive from what? Or to survive in order to do what? It's to survive in order to succeed and to feel that the only way to remain there and to have your own thoughts and abilities, and to adapt these thoughts and abilities throughout your story or throughout your journey in life, it's through adaptation itself. Because after all, the only thing that doesn't change is a change itself. And that is so much important, because nothing stays the same actually forever. Okay, in order to understand the concept of growth, so let's try to find out the difference between the growth itself. Okay, the growth mindset itself. Sorry. So here, mindset matters because usually we have two kinds of growth, of mindset. Sorry, that is the fixed one and the growth itself. People with fixed mindset usually don't change. They easily give up. They don't complete tasks. They avoid actually responsibility. They avoid the challenges. In other ways, they avoid adaptation. While when we come to people with growth mindset, we find them driven to success. They are very competitive. They seek challenges. They have high task persistence. They take risks, just like in the story that was shown at the beginning of our meeting today. The story of the lady of the athlete who had to complete the race, and also to complete her challenge, because she has resilience. She has also persistence. So that was really so touching, and it here explains how people with growth mindset are capable of surviving whatever difficulties just pop up in front of them. Are we born actually in order to grow? So let's find out whether, or on the phenomena of growing, some people might think that in order to grow and to adapt in the world, so in your life, sorry, so you need to be intelligent.
Maybe there is a network issue, I think.
And I hope, yes, she has joined, I think.
Sorry for that. I think I lost connection or something wrong.
Yes, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay. Okay. I'm sharing my screen now. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Okay. So let's make or let's agree together. I don't know if you agree with me that family together, actually, family, school, society, personal experiences, and personal experiments also, all of these shape how we see challenges, and how we succeed later on. So some people, some develop fixed mindsets, while the others develop growth mindset. In order to also understand this more, this is something which is really amazing, that our mind, actually, our brain can change. That is what we call neuroplasticity. It is the ability, or this is what allows the neurons in our brain to change. So if our brain can change, so we can change. We can change. This is what we call adaptation. So in the process of adaptation, it's very important for us to understand that in order to go through or to face all the challenges that we have to be meeting throughout our journey. So we need to understand and to make sure that our brain can change by itself. This is how we are born. So we can also change in order to grow. So to help ourselves actually grow and flourish, we usually go through like phases also of growth. That is the personal growth and also the professional growth. Personal growth, that is related to self-development, to building resilience again and again and again, and setting clear and meaningful goals, as we said before. And of course, as also one of the fellows had said, also push yourself beyond yourself, your comfort zone. So pushing yourself beyond the comfort zone is going actually to put you in a completely different and difficult situations that will also help you know the power, how much powerful you are, how much resilience you have acquired and gained throughout this long trip, and which is full of the challenges, as we said before. And that's how you can recognize how powerful you are by the end. On the professional level also, growth can be actually achieved through skills development. And that's what also the doctor said before about the management, okay? That's which was really so interesting. Becoming better at what we do, learning, challenging, and expanding our abilities. This can help us also grow on the professional level. And building actually networking and mentorship, this helps a lot in building a very like a stable and strong level of growth on the professional side. Now, staying relevant here actually in your industry. Here comes the, what we say, if you keep learning, adapting and improving, it means you are on the safe side. It means that you can stay competitive, creative and successful at the same time. If you stopped learning, adapting and improving, so you would be away of your industry. That is, which is really so dangerous. So that's why also this includes, or this is also refers to the transitional process actually. While we have to be creative, we have to be competitive, we have to be checking and looking for all the changes actually that's going on in the world around us and in the domain and where we are in the industry that we're working on. So that will help us also be or stay in our industry. Okay. Now, adaptation, as we have helped ourselves to grow on the professional level and on the personal level also, now we come to adaptation. It is needed. Why do we need adaptation here? Actually, it is greatly needed in order for the change to happen. It is the bridge between actually the challenges that we already have and success itself. In order to reach success, okay, we need to adapt. Okay, but before we adapt, we need to go through the growth phases there, because it's important to because failure actually, when you fail to adapt, it means you're going to be facing the phase that we call stagnation or extinction, because being stable is just like being where you are. As the world is moving on and moving forward, then the person is just staying there where they are. This will mean this is the stage of stagnation. This is the stage that will lead also to extinction. And then what happened actually with a lot of, or a number of institutions, a number of organizations, companies, when they stopped when they stopped adaptation. So we can no more find them now, either in the marketplace or either in the educational also, in the educational field. Here, examples about, I've just liked search for examples about that, and I found that Zoom was already a video conferencing tool. But when during the pandemic, the COVID-19, the company rapidly also scaled to meet a massive global demand for remote communication. Okay, did Zoom just stopped, and did they just freeze? No. What they did is that they added features like the virtual background and the breakout rooms, handled explosive user growth, and result was that Apple became one of the most valuable companies in the world itself. Now, reaching the success, now as we have discussed before, growth, now with the need to adapt to the new changes, that will lead us to success itself. Because actually that's how, when we meet successful people, leaders, as Dr. Red was talking before, success doesn't come by luck. It's not luck. It is a preparation and flexibility at the same time. It's a preparation because when you grow, when you have this growth mindset, you know how to prepare yourself for all the challenges coming over, and you are flexible to make the change. Then you are going to reach success. That's how it's an ongoing process. It is not final, because that's how that's what makes us in a continuous need to build goals over and over again. Because if we need to be successful, and if we like to be successful, to stay successful all the time, so we need to build more and more goals for ourselves. That's why we say it's an ongoing process. Now, here, just that I'm trying to continue here the idea that success evolves. Money, okay, meaning, which is value actually, or impact on what you have done up until now. And here we always should remind ourselves with this, in every impossibility, of course, there is possibility. Okay, that's how we always try to become more and more successful in different fields, or with the different goals that we build for ourselves. Actually, I don't know if I have some more time for this, but this is another actually story about Netflix itself, which I've included, and found that Netflix has really passed through the 3 phases, which we talked about now: the growth phase, the adaptation, and the success. The success phase actually itself. And up until now, during the growth phase, what did Netflix do? Actually, it started as DVD rental service by mail, but when the world was changing, digital streaming threatened Netflix. Okay, they threatened the physical DVDs obsolete. So Blockbusters, which are their major competitor, they dominated the rental market at the time, and Netflix risked becoming irrelevant if they didn't evolve. That was so important. If they didn't evolve, okay, so did they evolve? Actually, they did, and they did it in a perfect way. So they passed through the growth phase as they invested in customer data analytics to understand viewing habits, and they adapted also to the changes. And now the result, this is what we are interested to know. They became one of the world's largest streaming platforms with over 260 million subscribers globally by the year 2024. That was a great example about the importance to pass through these three phases, or how these three are really connected together. So as the takeaways, I would like just to remind myself and also my fellows that when we embrace growth, so we prepare ourselves for all the challenges in our lives. The world won't wait us, actually, and because success is the outcome of preparation and for action. So that's why grow, adapt, and succeed is the real formula for a long-term success. Thank you. Thanks a lot for giving me this chance, and I'm so glad to be participating with you today, dear. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And the way you represented growth, adapt, and succeed as a part of of succeeding in life. So that was really another remarkable presentation that we saw today. And yes, of course, adaptation. It was the key to survival. And when we talk about growth, the very first slide that you mentioned is the mindset. Everything starts with the mindset. When we have a growth mindset, we are ready to change. We are ready to accept challenges. We are ready to accept what something either is going wrong or something what is wrong in us, and then we can surely go ahead in life. And that's what. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Any more speakers if you have joined late? Yes, I think Paula ma'am is here. Paula Perez ma'am from Argentina. She has joined with us. So ma'am, we would like to listen to you now. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello, how are you doing? I hope that you can hear me. Thank you very much for this opportunity. This has been a very important topic to deal with, so I would like to share a presentation with you. Let me know if you can see it. Wait a second. There we are. Let's see. Okay. Can you see it?
I think it will take time to load. It's still not visible.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, now we
Now
can
we
see.
listen.
Okay. I don't know if my connection is all right, but I will try to do my best. Well, when I was thinking and preparing this presentation, I reflected upon this topic. You know, when we are in the middle of maybe not only in our careers, but in our personal lives, in relationships, yeah, we are in this situation where we are in a transition. And you know that I think that being in a transition is not very popular. It's not very popular. We generally have a negative perception of being in a transition. It's like being in between something and we don't know exactly what we are going to do next. What are we going to do? What happened before? So it's like being just in the middle of a situation. So I think that it depends on us if we take this stage in our lives as a negative part or as a positive one. So if we think of transition as this moment where we have been in the middle of something, maybe we want to change our career, maybe we want to live in another country, maybe we want to study any other career or change our jobs, or maybe we are in the middle of a personal situation. We have to take this period of time as a positive one. Suppose that we think of career transition. What is a career transition? Career transitions are big moments of change, whether you are shifting industries, chasing a new passion, or aiming a higher role. There can be exciting, daunting, and full of opportunities of growth. Here is a breakdown on what goes into a successful career transition. So what's this? When we are at this point, we are kind of taking decisions, thinking which are our new goals, what are we going to do next, what would we like doing in our next part of our lives or our career, what are we going to study, what are we going to improve in the next part of our life. So this is the part of your life where you take a lot of decisions and you have to be conscious of those decisions and what are the following steps going to be. So I think that if we want this transition to be positive, we have to take into account some aspects. For example, we have to reflect. Self-reflection and goal setting. We have to reflect and we have to establish which are the goals that we are going to achieve in the other level, in the other part of this career or life or whatever. Self-reflection and goal setting identify the reasons for transitioning. So we have to, okay, I'm in this stage and I have to think how I got here and how I'm going to make it different in the next step. Are you looking for a better play, for more fulfillment, or a different challenge? Assess your strengths, weaknesses, skills, okay? What experiences do I need to improve in the next stage? And which of my experiences from the previous part of my work, of my career, I've learned, which abilities I learned from that experience, from those experiences. Define clear short-term and long-term career goals. I think that this is essential because sometimes we tend to consider long-term goals, but in order to get those goals, we must have short-term goals, little things that are not so little, and that step by step, I'm achieving my bigger objectives. The other one would be what? What skills do I need? What skills do I have? Do I have to be part of training sessions? Do I have to improve in any areas in my knowledge, in, I don't know, how to deal with different situations, to socialize, to transmit a message? So what skills do I need in order to achieve those little goals that will take me to the big one? Determine if additional training or certifications are necessary. Explore online courses, workshops, or mentorship programs. This is very important when we are changing maybe our place, or the place where we work, or our careers. Sometimes this transition also means that I don't have enough money to train myself, but you know that nowadays we have the advantage of being part of courses, training courses that are free. So be there, be active in this process, and look for information, look for training courses, look for mentors that will help you to take the best decisions for you, your life, and your career. Gain hands-on experience through freelance work, internship, volunteering. So it's like, it's not a stage where we must be like passive. We have to be active. We have to be there working to become better, to have more opportunities, to have more and better skills. So that's going to be amazing in the next period of our lives, of our careers. Networking and industry research. Networking is something that because of the lockdown, we could know in person. It's like having the opportunity as this workshop to share knowledge, to share experience, to give reflection upon some topics. So connect with professionals in your target industry, career, jobs, okay? Through, I don't know, social networks, through connecting these experts from different parts of the world, and trying to become acquainted with people that can help you and can support your projects, your ideas, and also help you to improve. Find potential mentors are people who has been successful, yes, in these transitions, that can motivate you to keep on going and not to give up in this period. Sometimes it's difficult to feel motivated when you are in the middle of a transition, because you are like trying to close the previous stage in your life and to open a new one, better and different. So it's like so many decisions, so many information that I have to process and to reflect upon, that having this network would be essential for you to be focused, to establish goals, to change goals while you are doing this active way in your motivation and your desire of acquiring skills, knowledge, connections, and everything you need to make of your next phase or of your next part of your life or career better. So we need to support each other. It's better if we are together, if we have people that truly help us and share their knowledge, their experience, or whatever we need in order to be active in our transition part of life. Updating your CV. So this is why we need certifications. We have to acquire knowledge. We must make our CVs better, richer, and we must show the people that are going to be part in our life, in our careers, in our workplace, that we have the knowledge and that we have the experience. So becoming a volunteer is something extremely precious, that we can be part of projects where we can learn a lot from experience. And that's going to be something that will mark a difference in our careers and in our work. Yes. So tailor your resume look for social networks to show how you are improving, what you are doing, showing that you want to be better, you want to be part of different programs. It doesn't matter if these programs are not paid, okay? Because we learn a lot by sharing with colleagues, with workmates, with students from other parts of the world, with teachers from other parts of the world. So the knowledge is invaluable. So work in an effective elevator pitch to confidently explain your transition. So even though we were not working at that time, in the transition time, we're not working on that area that is going to be new for us, we are just like trying to make up what that objective is going to be like, what's going to be our career like in the future. We have to take advantage of this transition. We have to be better after this transition, to take better decisions, to have more knowledge. And that must be present in our CVs. Job research strategies, you know that researching is extremely enriching. So I think that we have to apply for positions strategically aligned with your experience with job descriptions. So we have to work on areas that if we have a clear objective in our minds, we know that we are going to need some skills that are absolutely essential for us to become successful, to be leaders, to be in a position where you can motivate people that works with you, people that studies with you, to carry out projects. So reach out to recruiters, network contacts, hiring managers, prepare for interviews. So if we're going to change our job, we have to be ready to be successful in our interviews and to show that this period of transition was meaningful. It was not that I was just waiting for the opportunity to come to me, but I was there trying to improve myself, to give more to the future career, to give more, to provide the people that works with me more skills, more knowledge, and be ready to be part of the following stage in our life, in our career. Let's see. Emotional and practical preparation, this is something extremely important. Sometimes when we are in a transition, we are scared, we have doubts, we don't know exactly what are we going to do next. So sometimes we are like demotivated, we are bored, our anxiety, we have a lot of anxiety and that doesn't help. So we have to also take part or to meet people or to go to therapy if it is necessary, or to have a mentor or to have a coach that can help us to manage our fears, our anxiety, so we can focus on becoming better and being active and being focused on the positive side of transition. Yes, we also have to think of financial plans, not only abilities and skills and knowledge and mental health, but also have a plan. Think step by step how you are going to reach each of your short-term goals, okay? They have to be, you have to be patient, and also you have to be flexible. Because sometimes while you are on the way, you realize that maybe at the beginning you thought that this was the best objective, and then you realize that there are others before that, or maybe that was not that important, okay? So we have to take our time, to be patient with ourselves and to make a plan. So to close this presentation, I would say I planned my success. I knew it was going to happen. So what's that? That whenever we are in a transition, we must have clear in our minds that this just a part. This transition is a part of our lives, that we're going to be active meanwhile, that we are going to do our best to get connected, to learn more, to have more knowledge and skills, that we're going to be flexible and patient, that we're going to be focused, that we're going to be optimistic, and we are going to try to make a plan. So I planned myself. I knew it was going to happen. I think that if we consider these little tips in a transition, we will be truly successful in any part of our lives that we have this transition. So I hope that you liked it, that it was useful. And I would like to thank you all for this opportunity. It's a great pleasure for me to be here from Argentina. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, we really liked the presentation. And the last slide is said, I planned my success. I knew it was going to happen. That was an incredible line coming up from you. And as you talked about career transition, yes, we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared with a lot of things like what will be our new goals, and not just defining our new goals. When we define our new goals, we also have to find ways how to achieve it. So that's what you told, how we are going to prepare for the career transition. It is very, very important. And the best thing that I like was like support. Yes, we need to support each other a lot in all these things. It not only helps us, but it also helps us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Anjum, ma'am. We want to announce one book. So before inviting next speaker, we will announce the book because the author already joined from last 30 minutes. Okay, so we have today one book launch, and it's a poem book. It's a series of 12 books, 12 poetic books. So instead of me, I would like to invite the author to share about the initiative and details about the book. And I would like to invite Shraddha ma'am. So welcome ma'am on this platform, and please share your book also.
Thank you very much.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Great. Yeah.
ओके सबसे पहले तो जो बुक है हमारी उसके बारे में कुछ बताना चाहती हूँ. भाबर इंटरनेशनल पब्लिकेशन हाउस और हम दोनों का मिला जुला सहयोग है ये. हमने 2025 में एक काव्य संग्रह की एक श्रृंखला जो है वो प्रकाशित हम लोग कर रहे हैं, जिसमें प्रत्येक महीने की 25 तारीख को हमारा एक काव्य संग्रह जो है वो पब्लिश होता है. तो आज ही उसी की जो 4th जो बुक है वो आज लॉन्च होने वाली है. पहला हमारा था आकर्षण, जो जनवरी 25 में रिलीज हुआ. उसके बाद थी वाकयात, जो फरवरी में आया. मार्च में आया हमारा एतबार, और इबादत नाम से हमारी अगली पुस्तक जो है वो आ रही है. बुक के बारे में कुछ बताना चाहती हूँ. इबादत का मतलब होता है ईश्वर के प्रति हमारी श्रद्धा और हमारा भक्ति भाव, जो कि मानव जीवन का एक अहम हिस्सा हम मानते हैं. सिर्फ धार्मिक आस्थाओं की वजह से ही नहीं, बल्कि आत्मिक शांति के लिए भी इबादत जो है वो बहुत ज़रूरी होती है. हमारी जो बुक है उसमें हमने 25, क्योंकि ईयर 25 है तो उसका एक कॉन्सेप्ट रखा है. तो इसमें हम लोग 25 पोइट्रीज जो है वो इसमें मैं लिखती हूँ. तो इस बुक में जब मैं कविताएं लिख रही थी तो मैंने थोड़ा रिसर्च भी किया इबादत के बारे में. तो थोड़ा मैं जितना इसको पढ़ती गई या समझती गई, इसके थोड़ा और गहराई में जाने के बाद मुझे ऐसा लगा कि इबादत का मतलब होता है समर्पण. जो ईश्वरीय सत्ता है, या जो हम जिस किसी भी भगवान को मानते हैं या जिस किसी भी सत्ता को मानते हैं, उसके प्रति जो हमारा एक समर्पण है, हमारा जो उसके प्रति श्रद्धा है, वो इबादत हम इबादत कहते हैं. तो उसी और वो हमारे जीवन को एक दिशा देती है। तो उसी पे बेस्ड मैंने इस किताब में भी मेरी 25 कविताएँ लिखी हैं, जो अलग-अलग विषय इबादत विषय पे है, लेकिन इबादत के अलग-अलग रूप, अलग-अलग आयाम जो है वो मैंने यहाँ पे प्रस्तुत करने की कोशिश की है। तो आकाश सर थैंक यू सो मच। कॉन्सेप्ट को समझने के लिए आपका सपोर्ट काफ़ी रहा, तो हम लोग यहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं। अभी सफ़र और बाकी है हमारा। अगली बुक आएगी हमारी अभी नेक्स्ट मंथ मई मंथ में। तो थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Yes ma'am, thank you once again, and आप यहाँ पे लिंक भी शेयर कर सकते हैं. So just I want to share that we had planned to release 12 books, and all books are poetry books. It's a series of poetry, and there are 12 months. So we choose 12 themes for every month, and as we do summit in every month on 25th, and we are very fond of numbers nowadays. We make lots of logics regarding numbers, and we create some different things. So we are planning a 12 book series. All are poetry, and minimum 25 poems in each book. So this is fourth book, and every month on 25th after summit we launch. We will try to do our best. So thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful initiative, and keep going on. It's a very amazing journey, and of course, today I'm not able to attend full session. I'm at some emergency, but still the session going very smoothly. It's really felt heartfelt gratitude towards Anju ma'am and all the great speakers. You all join from different countries, and it's I sometimes I feel very blessed actually, because people from different countries, and they always support. Now nowadays, if I message only one message, then also people support. Yes, yes, we are ready. We are doing this amazing. The energy always high. So I like, it's the God's grace only. So thank you, and keep supporting ABCD International family and me. Uh, because we will bring something different in the world. So thank you, Dr. Anjum ma'am, once again for the amazing moderation, and thank you, Patricia ma'am, Betty ma'am, Paula ma'am, uh, Paula ma'am, and Marin ma'am. So the pronunciation may be a little difficult, but I really huge respect for all of you, because whenever I connect with all the people, no, those are in group. So highly educational, highly experienced people, and still they always ready to contribute. I sometimes feel at this age, what I am doing, I need to contribute more than them, because I am still young. I have lots of energy, so I need to give more. So whenever you message, whenever you support, I motivate. So for my motivation, you support us, you support me, you support ABCD International, and we will bring something different. So thank you once again. And yes, Anju ma'am, we can continue. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yes, actually, trainers also appreciate Akash because in the morning he called me up to tell that he is somewhere else. He's at some other place, and he's also having some network issues, and he's not able to connect. Still, he is there throughout the event. Though he said that I'm not able to attend, but yes, I can see he is there, and that's what you know. We have been talking about the leadership and how transition, growth, adapt, success. This is something that is one more thing that we need to have, that is commitment. So when we have committed to something, it doesn't matter whatever the situation you are, you really, you just put all your efforts to it. Like you were talking about, someone even talked about mindset. Yes, he had the mindset that okay, it doesn't matter wherever I am, And however, the difficult the situations are for me at that moment, but I have to make it happen. And this is what is making the summit is happening today. Though our host is at some other place. Thank you so much for that. And now let's invite our next speaker, Dr. Mehreen Mia Ma'am from South Africa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum to you, my sister Anjum, and a warm greetings to everyone, and a universal greeting of peace and blessings. Brother Akash, I have no words other than to say you have my support. You have all our support, and thank you so much for everything you are doing. I know through every initiative you've done, you've impacted someone's life, and I think that's the best thing that we can do. So you definitely go a long way, and we will be with you all the time. God bless you so much for whatever you are doing. I see my sister Patricia and Paula and the other Paula also. Oh my God, okay. I'm going to get that tongue twisted. Rather not, Mary, rather not. It was lovely to see everybody. And today's topics, I think, are chosen so beautifully. But I'm not going to go too much because I think everybody has so much to say and so much to offer, and we take so much from what everyone is saying. But for me, I think the words in itself mean so much for me personally. When you talk transition, when you talk grow, when you talk how to succeed, how to adapt, when you talk to thrive, for me, it's all about the person, not necessarily the circumstance. It's the person. So the person in the circumstance, what do you as the person in your circumstance have to do to thrive? What does thrive even mean to you as a person? As an individual, when you are going through the different uncomfortable changes that life is going to throw at you, what transition do you look for as the person? What do you thrive for with you thinking, I need to change this? Oh, but you know what? It's so comfortable the way it is, just leave it. I rather go through the pain than to have to shift and change. Sometimes it's just the mentality. But if you have to sit back, and if somebody is watching this live and you are going through something difficult right now, sit back and think about your life up until this point. And up until this point, surely there must have been something in your life that you have endured where you felt, oh my gosh, I can't go beyond this. I don't know how to handle this. I'm never going to get through this. And guess what? You got through it. And if you have to sit to think about, how did I get through that? What did I do to get through that? Do you realize you actually thrived through your transition? You actually somehow grew through that difficult time. You somehow learned how to adapt in your difficult space, and you succeeded to be here still. So in every topic of the wording for today, we have done something already. So now the question is, as a person, what do I have to do to enhance that so that I become better as who I need to be for my purpose first? Because most often, many people will go to decide, I need to thrive, I need to be able to grow, I need to learn these things, but it's never just for me. It's because somebody else would like this for me. It's because I need to do it because somebody needs this. Or I will go for this course and I will study this because it will make somebody else happy. I will cook this meal today simply because somebody else feels for it. When do we sit back and do and think about us and our feel and our thrive and our grow, and all we do sometimes is just adapt. And we're not supposed to be doing just the adapting to circumstance. You have to be growing. You have to be shifting. You have to be altering things about you to thrive through the transition. So when we have changes happen, and they're always going to be, I don't think there's anyone on this platform that is not a lifelong learner. I think every one of us somehow knows lifelong learning is within each one of us. And we've only become, and I say this for myself because I believe everyone is going to say the same, we've only become lifelong learners because we got through what we had to go through to get there. We persevered. We went through the uncomfortable stage and learned through very trying, tearing, horrible spaces that I gotta still persevere through the uncomfortable time to find a little bit of comfort. But when I find my comfort, it's my comfort for me first. And guess what? When I find that, I have actually grown myself. I've developed myself. And when I learn that I have that skill inside me, it's innate inside me, then why do I need to look outside of that for validation that I can get there? So transitions always have to keep happening. Changes are needed for us on a daily basis sometimes. I mean, I know my diary is never, I can plan a diary for my entire week. My schedules are done. People will tell me you're going to see this patient at that hospital and this is what you're doing. It never happens sometimes accordingly. But if I don't understand the shift and I don't work with the transition, and sometimes I know that I'm going to see somebody for this purpose, but when I get there, it's a whole different purpose altogether. I have to know how to adapt. But every single time I'm shifting to adapt to a specific circumstance, I am somehow shifting a little bit of me too. I'm learning something about myself too. And that means I'm growing. So in adapting, I'm growing. And with every step of growth, even if it's a growth towards some form of pain, that pain too is purpose. The pain too becomes what you learn from. The pain too becomes what I thrive from. So right now, I know when we write and when we want to talk, we mostly talk of experience. I mean, I don't ever give these talks based on what is in a textbook that I studied. I don't think none of us do. But when we talk, we actually talk from heart. We talk because that is what we learn from, the life, the lessons. And that's what we teach. That's what I do. And then when I see somebody who needs something from a theory, it's easy for me to take the theory to adapt it for them to transition, because then it's easier for me to understand because I went through it. So when we talk these topics today, they're nice words. But every one of us in the world, you don't have to be this leader who's sitting here or certified. Every single person, even children nowadays, are having to suddenly learn how to get through transitions. How do I learn? Kids are having to learn adult behavior patterns to get through life in this world that we're facing. But they need to also learn that through the pain I feel, through whatever difficulty I'm going through, I am growing. Through learning to adapt to a change that is not comfortable, I'm adapting, yes, but I will succeed. So it's still all about the person. And the more we push into the person's empowering the person first for them, before they empower and grow others, then that person becomes the leader for themselves. And that, I think, is where we thrive the most. So I'm going to pause there and say thank you so much for having me again. It was lovely to be here. I'm looking forward to hearing others too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much and it was, as usual, very inspiring to listen to you. And as you started with, yes, in the very first place, we need to ask ourselves. Many a time, we keep on blaming others, we keep on looking around, but whatever starts, it starts from self. And that's what even I believe. And thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. And I hope all the speakers have finished. If anyone who has joined and anyone who has left, I hope all have finished with their presentation for today. Yeah.
Yes. All done, all done. Yeah.
Yeah, all done till now. And thank you so much. And it was really a very wonderful session when we were talking about thriving in transition, growth, adapt, and succeed. And we started from Mary Ma'am from India, and here the last speaker, Mary Ma'am from South Africa, and we have Paula Ma'am from Argentina, again Paula Ma'am, Patricia Ma'am from Zimbabwe. You all, and even the speakers like Lika Ma'am from Lebanon. Every one of you were amazing. And I have a lot of takeaways, and even the people who are either watching us live now or will be listening and will be seeing all these presentations by all the wonderful speakers who have joined from different parts of the world. I hope everyone is going to learn a lot. And I hope we support each other in such a way and help each other grow and succeed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, and thank you everyone for joining. So Milta Heather, next we will meet again on next 25th. So till take care, great day, bye bye.